go live on that. Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Monday the 12th of February. So let's get on and look at first things first, a quick look at the news. It ended up a quite weak last week, or relatively quiet week last week. This week news-wise it's all speakers. Well, I say this week, today it's all speakers. We do have inflation coming out tomorrow. I'm just skipping through a little bit here. So we've got the US inflation tomorrow, which will be very, very key. Looking ahead beyond that, we've got Bank of England governor, no more speakers. Retail sales on Thursday, and that is retail sales. More inflation on Friday, PPI, but it's the CPI. It's the key one earlier this week, so there is some news coming through. Morning, Paul. Okay, let's get on and look at the markets, the Forex markets here, starting off with the euro dollar. Let me just move this over there. There we go. So, euro dollar, well, the big trend still remains to the downside. However, we're now sort of seen, it was at 5 day, well, we're on the 5th day of a rise, a rally ish. You can call it a rally. It's rising anyway. High lows popped in there. It's confirmed that. You look at the lower time frames, it's sort of drifting upwards. Looks like it's got more potential. Personally, it's just running so slowly. The gains are very little, and I will keep clear of that at the moment. If anything, I'd be looking at some stage for a short, but it's quite ugly and it's quite a long way away any short because of this mess that occurred here. So not a great deal sitting there at the moment. The pound's going to be very similar. It's quite flattish, but we're back into its original range here now. Again, same old blip we saw in between here. This is knocking up here at the door here. Got the potential to push on. Is a key previous support, current resistance point. Let's see if we can push on through there. It's really not done a great deal. Higher lows coming through, pushing in. US dollar yen, well, it held in on Friday. Are we going to see a rollback? Personally, I think the trend is still to the upside here, and we got a clear trend line here at this stage. Just run from the bottom here. We've got a clear trend line. It's another one of those, just like the euro. I don't really want to buy at the moment. I certainly don't want to sell the US dollar here. So I would leave that pretty much alone. It was a horrible, weird old week last week. Lots of consolidation, and I think we could end up with some more of the same early part of this week. We do have a lot of speakers today. I mean, I didn't mention that earlier on. That's the only thing that could really get these markets, apart from tomorrow, inflation, and that really could get things moving. Australian dollar here. Well, we broke the neckline, this head and shoulder pattern, but it's been struggling. It's again consolidating. Spent most of last week consolidating around those levels. A break of the high there from last Tuesday's high would see us with the potential of a continuation. It'll give us a higher low and maybe give us more of a continuation. It's very drifty at the moment. Nothing's really flying on these. US dollar CAD, again we've still got this sort of resistance levels above. There's a certain softness in the US dollar which could see this rolling back again. It seems that markets really want to ignore the potential holding of interest rates for longer. It's quite a bullish, hawkish signals being put out there, yet nothing's really changing. And well, we've we've really got sideward chop on a lot of these. New Zealand dollar last week, they mentioned the potential for an increase in rates. There was a speaker overnight that didn't quite say the same, so it's suggesting that rates may be maintained as opposed to increased. Now that's quite a change, but what we got here at this stage is the potential of, I mean, this is the quarterly pivot here. It's been running into it as resistance. Another shove up there could see it pushing through anyway. So I'd closed out my short position on the news and the price action that was coming through here. There's scope for it to run back up to that quarterly pivot. I'm just looking from a daily perspective here, back above the daily pivot. We'll see what happens later, but looks like it could really just continue pushing up. Maybe it's an option for the shorter time frames for intraday trades. Dollar Swissy, this has gone slow as anything. You can see on the dailies here how tiny these bars are. It's just ended the last week basically flatlining, and that's where it is. And I think inflation is going to push this or all these markets probably one way or the other tomorrow. So a bit of patience needed. Looking on the upside potential, Euro Yen, it's been holding up here. It broke its trend, sort of flaggy trend. Looks like it's got some scope to continue. So it's just a patience game here. You can see, look, Friday really didn't go anywhere, just chopped along. So whatever, it's a game. We're back into patience, needing lots of it. Indices, let's just look at gold first. And gold really flatlining here. This is the dailies, believe it or not, and it's just very much ranging here, not going anywhere. Crude's got a bit of a pickup. Friday didn't do too much at all, but it's picking up there. It's just sitting below its quarterly pivot here. Found resistance back into that again. Maybe if we can get back above it, it's got more scope. At the moment, again though, very twitchy old market. See, it got its 2 o'clock shove into the quarterly pivot, and that was that. It's as far as it made, just about. Didn't make its R1 or anything there. Maybe we've got some potential out later. I'd rather now see it be above that quarterly pivot to be looking for on the longer side. S&Ps, well, we just see this, it's broken that 5,000 area. It's a key area. It remains bullish. We're seeing some of the smallest old days amongst. I mean, look at this. It's as if everyone nipped off for a holiday. I've seen bigger days during the Christmas breaks. Certainly very slow Friday. Well, it did pick up a little bit on Friday, but either way. But really, as I said before, if you want to be on this market, I'd look for the long side, and I'd look for retracements to be buying into. Maybe just short-term retracements, but retracements needed for me to just buy. I don't just want to buy near a top like this. Same with the Nasdaq, the Dow. All three of them. The Nasdaq's obviously running on heat, running the best in terms of the tech's running. DAX still sitting here consolidated. How many weeks is it going to consolidate? It's still got scope for the upside. Still hasn't worked out this range here. Short term, choppy old week last week, really not going anywhere too quickly, unlike the US markets, struggling somewhat. To be expected. This is probably more in line with the economic situation that we're seeing and the data we're seeing from the US. The FTSE, finally, here. FTSE's been slipping. Well, we're not seeing everything great, and the speakers and everything else. This is lower highs, lower lows. Maybe we'll see a break later. Post 8 o'clock to the downside again, we'll see, but that looks just that little bit, well, certainly a little bit, quite a bit big softer at this stage, but we'll see what happens post 8 o'clock. Right, that's pretty much it there. I haven't looked at crypto for a long time. A quick look at Bitcoin then and see what's going on there. Yep, it's back pushing into those highs again now. So it's around a key level. Again, it's looking much more positive, and well, break of that could see it moving more significantly. Let's just have a look as more people start jumping aboard there. It's getting up there, isn't it? It's gradually getting up there on the weekly basis, pushing reasonably well. So it is double topping at the moment. We may get sellers and a bit more action sitting around it, but certainly more positive over the last few days. Last week was a pretty decent week for it. Right, I shall leave it there. On that note, I wish you a great day's trading. I'll catch you. Come join the room. I'll put a new link on the bottom. It's not quite there yet, so just wait out. If you're on the YouTube and you're watching, you want to come and join today, I'll put a new link on the bottom in a short while. Okay, take care. Bye for now. Here we go. I forgot to put a new link. Let's get that done.